Enjoy your desserts, make your own sundaes. Feel free to get up and down and whatever you're going to do while Dick and I go through a few things. But before I ask Dick to join me to read some letters from people who couldn't be here, Dave Kaplan has reminded us that we're missing some people who have been with us in the past. And among them, the person who wrote the musical suite for Broadcaster, Robert Maxwell, even though he never joined us at one of these events, he was identified with WTIC because of the Broadcaster suite. And in the last year, or since the last time we met, we lost Art Massey from the engineering staff, Lanny Jarev, who was an FM announcer. I had the occasion to speak about her at an Emerson College event just June 1st. Arnold Dean, of course, who died just one night after being given a clean bill of health at St. Francis Hospital for a checkup he had on a Friday, and his daughter found him the next morning in his apartment. And Dave Overson will have more to say about Arnold Dean. And a particularly close friend of mine, and Dick Bertel's, that we'll never see the likes of again, named Bill Lobb. Bill was an engineer that left TIC a long time ago, inventing the world's finest microphone, which became managed by the world's worst management.
Gee, that's never happened.
Like $1,200.
And your 1,200, and I
Let's let money on the table.
I ended up as president. I lost a lot of money at that myself. That's why I left TIC to go with Syncron. But Bill was the inventor, and it was a great idea that we didn't know what we were doing, but he did. He was very good. And speaking of Bill Lobb, if Dick Bertel would now join me, right? If John Reno is disrobing. One arm there. I guess he doesn't have enough arms. We've got the letters. And I'll read one, and then Dick will read one. It seems to be about 10 people who wrote because they couldn't be here in person. Speaking of Bill Lobb, this first letter I'm going to read is from a fellow who was particularly close to him, named Paul John Frieda. Oh, how I would like to attend, but approaching 80 is no fun. Tell us about it. I am a board member of the WXEL TV Community Advisory Board, which has just become an independent PBS station here in Palm Beach. Lots of projects are in progress, so any departure up north will be difficult, although I may venture up in May for a quick family visit. Well, we didn't hear from him in May, but we heard from him since. June 20th, just got out of the hospital yesterday. I'm able to travel until later in July. My best to everyone. Miss you all. Paul John Frieda.
Okay, my turn?
Yep.
This is from Tony Sargent. How many of you remember Tony? Yeah, sure, okay. As I close rapidly on octogenarian status,
That's Tony.
I face the fact that my wife is gently vetoing extended drives through the DC area to Boston. And I grudgingly agree. I'm sorry to hear that the annual event may fall short of a quorum. I hope you can make it float. But it will have to be done without my water wings. Realistically, I suggest you no longer trouble to keep me on the mailing list. Tell what few of the contemporaries may show up that I've grown so mellow, I've almost purged myself of lingering distaste for Bernie Mullins. Thanks for tolerating my repeated failure to mustard.
I don't know how many of you knew that Tony, by the way, when he left TIC, went to Columbia, got his master's in journalism, and became the assistant news editor to Roger Mudd, whom you might have heard.
He was a correspondent in Vietnam.
Yes, ABC.
Yep.
Tony was quite a guy. He spoke Russian in addition to everything else. This is from Gene Smith. Thank you so much for keeping me informed of all your doings. I won't be attending, but hope you have a great term.
Lou Palmer, president of the NABA Palm Beach, something or other, I don't know. Hi, David. I'm afraid we'll not be able to get there. My wife, Angie, is not traveling very well these days. She is recovering from compression fractures of her spine, and even small trips to the store can be very painful for her. With deepest regrets, please pass along my best regards to all. I hope the reunion will be able to go off as planned. By the way, it's good to see Bill Hennessy here in Florida on some TV commercials, which I assume are national, for the reverse mortgage program. Looks and sounds great. I am still quite active as president of an adult baseball league for 22 years here in Palm Beach, working for the St. Louis Cardinals as official score press box announcer in spring training, and doing public address announcing for Florida State League games in Jupiter, Florida, all spring and summer. Keeps me from being a juvenile delinquent.
Lou was talking about a reverse mortgage commercial. Anybody interested, see me after. If you act now, you can get a second one for just paying additional postage and mail.
Hey, does anybody remember when Lou Palmer left his resume on the copy machine?
Well, it worked.
Bob Arrow, one time, applied for a job in Broadcasting Magazine.
And it was
And it was
TIC.
TIC.
His job.
Bob ended up going to WDBO in Orlando, and he died some years ago.
Yes, he did.
Which was a real shock because he was not very old at all. He was very fluent in French, by the way. Thank you for sending in the news about the WTIC reunion. Just want to let you know I have no email address. I know you and all your friends at WTIC will have a wonderful time. Sounds like a fun party. Certainly wish I could be there. You see, I'm now in my 90s. Just had my 96th birthday last January. Also had a hip replacement last July, which has laid me up for a while. But it was a successful operation, and I'm looking forward to better days ahead. 96, I'm looking forward. I'm still driving every day, but haven't traveled off Cape Cod in about 10 years. So all my best to you, Dave. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Francis Mulcahy.
Okay, Larry Pike would like to join you, but due to health, wealth, and age restraints, must decline. You will be in my memories. Lenny Pike goes back to before, such a thing as before I got there?
Before television. Dick was there before television. And Dick, by the way, he's probably too modest to tell you this. He's working on a memoir about WTHT, or GTH, is it?
GTH, yeah.
With John Ramsey, the author of a book about Hartford Radio, which Dave Kaplan will award to one of the attendees here this afternoon. Now, this is from Jerry Nicasio. Hi, Dave. I would love to make this reunion more than you know, but since we came to the other reunion 3 years ago, my wife has come down with kidney failure and has to have dialysis 4 times a week. So we are basically restricted in our movements. Please say hi to all there for me. Jerry Nicasio, who after Channel 3 went on to fame and fortune at CBS in Los Angeles.
This is from Leonard Mirabel. You remember Lenny?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He says, a big hello to everyone. Thanks for the memories. Lenny and I worked together at WSTC in Stanford 150 years ago. When television came along, there were, of course, a lot of openings, and he joined the staff at that time, and it was great to see him again. My turn?
And Lenny's wife, Rachel, was a very good singer, as I recall.
Yes.
She sang with the Al Jarvis Orchestra.
Okay, last one is from Ray Rice. My wife Teresa and I will be unable to attend the reunion this year. When we last attended, we sat with Arnie Dean. His passing was indeed sad. My days at WTIC AM/FM TV reside in the most favorable corner of my memory bank. Thanks for all you do. With warm regards, Ray Rice. That's it.
And Ray was another very successful alumnus. After TIC, while he was there, he was trying to get the job which he ended up with as a newsman at what I thought, still think of, as one of the best radio stations of all time, WNEW. WNEW 1130. Now, it's Dick Bertel's turn because he's the only one here older than I am,
Right.
who goes back before TV days, who will go around the room, especially for those who haven't been here in the past, to have you bring us up to date with what you have done, what you are doing, and where you hope to be at the next reunion, which will probably be in 18 months. Where did Dave go? Oh, there he is.
What we're aiming for, unless people want to change it, is every year and a half, but switching between May and June. And so since this happens to be May, we would go a year and a half towards June, I'm sorry, towards, let's try September, May and September. That's why I was never on radio. September 2014.
I move we designate somebody else to handle it.
Please,
You realize Dave is the youngest one in the Alumni.
So I'm on. You're in. Closing advance. Well, ask the people who haven't been here in the past to get up and identify
Oh,
themselves.
okay. Anybody who hasn't been here, let's say for 5 or 6 years or something, would you get up and identify yourself, Dick Ollis?
I'm still Dick Ollis and I can still get up. I haven't been here 5 or 6 years now. In 5 or 6 years I have moved from our home in Riverton to a condo in Simsbury. My wife Helen unfortunately has Alzheimer's and can't be with us, but she is in Alden Court in Avon, so I see her every day. I saw her before I came here. I have been retired for 15 years. I still write a column once a week and write some editorials for some newspapers freelance, keep my head moving, and so far it is.
Thanks, Dick. Well, I suppose we could go around the table and everybody just get up and talk. What do you think?
Whatever.
Okay.
Steve Cohn, I was with radio in 1970, and I'm currently at WHDH TV in Boston, and have been there for coming up on 35 years.
Bill Flower. I've kind of outlined my background and stuff we've done at previous occasions, but what I'm most pleased with is the last 16 years. We've had an RV, we've traveled the country, we've been to 49 states. We haven't figured out how to get it to Hawaii yet. But we're working on it. And we currently reside in an RV park in Benson, Arizona, which is about 45 minutes east of Tucson. We still travel in the summer. Here we are.
Larry.
Larry Bear, formerly with the newsroom. I was here before television went on too. 3 weeks before television went on the air, I came in from Louisville and worked on the news operation. Left the station in '74 to go to work for state government. I was there for about 13 years. Retired from there. We lived with my brother Carol and I live in Rocky Hill. Carol's Democratic town chairman, and that keeps me in trouble because I'm on the town council and have to do what she tells me. However, I'm going to be retiring after the November election. I'm not running for re-election after 4 terms. Carol's probably going to retire as town chairman next spring. And in my spare time, I sell real estate. So if you need a house in any place, let me know.
And a reverse mortgage.
Those things don't work.
Worked great for Bill.